Hello VIP peeps, Sharen D coming to you today as promised to talk about what tool do I use when putting on my makeup. So I have some interesting information for you guys and I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it for you today, okay? So, I don't have my mic on again. Wow, this is a not organized day for me for whatever reason. I don't like that. So anyway, we're talking about what tools give you what effect with your makeup. Now you have your choices of silicone brushes, you have different types of fiber on your brushes, you have sponges, silicone sponges, and you have foundation brushes, you have beauty blenders, you have the most cheapest cost-effective manner of applying makeup and that some people absolutely swear by, these 10 digits here. So what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages? Well, a dome brush also. I didn't mention that, did I? I don't have one. I've never used that, but it is supposed to give you a light coverage. So, seen online all of these great, different sizes of the dome brushes, but they give you a light coverage. Now, silicone sponges would give you, that's what this is, more of a full coverage. Generally, you use this one dry. Body blenders, however, which is what this is, you moisten it. You don't want to put drenching it, but you want to have it moist. And it's actually best to put your foundation on first in whatever manner you're going to use, and then use this to blend it in. And that will give you a medium coverage. This actually wastes less product than any of the other manners of application. And because it has these little different sides, like this side is flat and you have the point, you can get all up in everywhere you need to get and work that blending to a perfection. Then, and the blender is going to give you like a sheer coverage though. Let me tell you what you don't want to use though. The triangles. Now this is what, it's been on the market forever, but this is the most wasteful manner of your products, is using this, because it absolutely absorbs your foundation. So it's not bad for using with powder, but when you're using a liquid foundation, this is going to just wipe your product out really quickly. You have also, as I said, fingers. Now your fingers are going to give you full coverage because you're really able to pack it in there and so forth. But you end up spending much more time blending than you would, say, with this or even a brush or a silicone application. So you want to use that. If you're a person that likes using your fingers to do your application, then that's great, but you might want to also utilize some of the other items so that you get them done faster, because it will take up a lot more time. So if you're using a CC cream or a BB cream, you really would have the best option of using your fingers without those. They work better when you're using hands. So let's look at some of the brushes that we have. Now, you know, foundation brushes are generally having like a round, tapered tip. This is so you can see it better. A round, tapered point. And that's so, of course, you can get into all the little areas that you want to get to. It's a dense brush, so it's not real fluffy. And most brush sets that you purchase will have a foundation brush in it. Now, this is an old brush. I've had this for years. But this is like when the kabuki started coming out. Now, a kabuki, you know, people argue about what constitutes a kabuki, because some people say that a kabuki has to be rounded at the top to make it a kabuki. But the roundness on the brush actually is not a kabuki maker. What makes it the kabuki is the denseness of the bristles. I mean, compared to this, which is pretty dense for the foundation, you can see as I separate it. Let me put it up where you can probably see it. As I separate it, you can see, you know, it's not as dense as this. I mean, this is really, really dense. Okay, very dense. I mean, see, you can get that to bend where this is not going to bend. Now, when you're using a kabuki, though, you can get an absolute beautiful coverage by doing the circular motions. Absolutely beautiful. But let me share with you something else that is amazing. Generally, I'll go in and use, I like to use the blush brush. It isn't as dense as, say, your kabuki or the foundation brush. It's pliable, but when you're doing the swirls, it really works out well. So try new things. Don't always just stick with what it says, because, you know, who would have thought brush, blush, brush gives you such a great foundation application. And it's just, again, that technique of swirling gives you more of a like an airbrushed effect. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So let me go through some of the other brushes here. Now, of course, the set that I'm showing you, I should have brought the new set that I'm still using for myself, this set. But we have a new set that absolutely is awesome. I love this one. You know, it's kind of hard to change. But nevertheless, that set, it has the same amount of brushes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it has 6 brushes, and then you have like some that are double-ended, so you want to check that out. But this is the powder brush, and it's again, it's the swirling technique really gives you a good coverage. Now, this is what you'll set your makeup with. This is what, if you're using only a powder, you'd use. If you're using the cream to powder or the 2-in-1, I would still say go with the blush brush. Okay. So one that I had not tried before, let me show you. It's a silicone tipped brush for high pigmented shadows, and it really picks it up very well. Let me see, just wait for you to see it. And you see the point, the tip, the way it's just made. I mean, you can get really good into everywhere you need to get. And with the high pigmented products, it's awesome. Just absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Silicone tip brush. Now let me pull out the rest of these goodies here. This one is a cream liner brush. Now I do this thing where I generally don't take the little tips that come on the brush, that I generally don't take it off. I just slide it up, because that way I don't damage the tip when I'm putting it back on. And it is pretty, you see, pretty dense. Again, for cream liner. For cream liners. It's not the plastic it came. And this is a Crease Blender. Now these are not part of the set. The silicone one I just showed you, it's not part of the set, but it you can get it separately. So again, Crease Blender, and as you see, have the tip on there, the plastic tip. Again, I don't take it off this way so that I have to put it back on. Like this would be one that you would risk damaging it, you know, bending it. So I just slide it back and then slide it back. And again, it's for blending. Now for blending, you want a softer, more puffier. A lot of times the blenders are referred to as a ponytail brush. So it helps you to be able to just get that blend in there really good. Again, just slide the plastic tip back up. Don't take it off. I discovered that little trick some years ago because I was seeing how I'm tearing up my brushes. Don't want to do that, no way. Let me see if I have that up. This brush. This one is very used, and I generally like use this every day. And on one end it has the applier, the one that you're going to put on the product, and then you have the blender on the other end. This is perfect. Perfect for that. Let me put that back for I forget where it's at, because I need that one every day. Okay, so and then you have the foundation brushes that, again, it's a very dense. It kind of has the dip. It would technically qualify to be called a kabuki, but it is a foundation brush. Now some of them now are having like a little dip in the center where you put your foundation right in the center and you go for it in those swirly motions. Really good. Then you have lip brushes. Lip brushes to apply your lipstick. Where is the lip brush in this set? Okay. The benefit to using a brush to apply your lipstick is that you can really get into the creases, get your lipstick right in there very well, even with lip gloss. looks really good. I mean, just looks like you can have like a, what's the word? Like a creamy look on your with your lipstick. Some people like that. And again, I'm going to show you another shadow brush. And it is, you know, less dense. It's kind of in between the applicator and the blender, because it's pretty soft and you can blend pretty well with this. But you can also apply because it is a little bendable, a little more flexible. So that is some of the choices you have in the line of brushes. Silicone sponges, beauty blenders. This month, Jafra has a free beauty blender with your foundation for $22. So you might want to go on there, check it out, get this free. It just came out, and I'm really having a lot of fun with using it on other people. I don't myself wear foundation because hot flashes. I mean, I'm sorry to burst the bubble of you younger women. That's what you have to look forward to, but you have to learn to deal with it. And then there are some people never get them anyway. But this, for powder, even if you're applying eyeshadow, I've done that with a couple ladies. It really came out awesome. So I will post a picture of the new brush set. It's in this really cute fold-up pouch. It looks like a makeup bag. And first, I remember when I gave it to my granddaughter for Christmas a couple years ago. She's like, "Oh, a makeup bag." And she was pleasantly surprised to see that it had all of those brushes in there. Where are the double-sided ones? Why can't I see them? Anyway, the set has a couple that are double-sided, so you really get a lot for your money. And the set is $49. So you can check that out on my website. So again, what tool do I use? I mean, really, this could become very overwhelming with all of these things to use. But again, what you use depends on what you're trying to achieve. So, happy to do a skincare assessment for anyone, online, on the phone, in person, or color analysis to see what colors really work well for you, and make some recommendations to tell you what products you're needing. This is going to be skincare weekend, so we'll be talking about on this page as well as on Sharen Independent Jafra Consultant what products, what ingredients you want to look for in your products for skincare. So, hope I made it a little less overwhelming in terms of what products, what application techniques and tools you can use to achieve what look you're trying to get. Hope I made it a little bit less confusing. Open for questions at any time. So, have a great weekend, ladies. Have a great weekend. And do this. No matter where you are, or where you may be, or what you're doing, do something nice for you. Value you, and I value your time. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Look for skincare over the weekend.